to my Valhalla server. And what we're doing today is we're going to be building, and we got quite a bit of supplies already built up. And I think we're also maybe going to get to explore a little bit. I do have a Pteranodon that's been tamed, and so now we just got to grab a saddle for it, and hopefully that works. So right now we have this this bridge I last worked on, and I have one little problem here though. I can't put rails up top. As you can see, there's two blank spots there where and we need to put a set of pillars here on the end. So let's go ahead and do that real quick. Oh. And keep in mind, I do stress that you should once you start out, like I started on the end down there, and I started from the ground up down there, but once you have your initial, starting point, from there you want to build out, and you want to build from the top down. And I did go over that in our last video here, when we actually created the bridge. Alright, so now it goes from the top down, and now we should have a perfect little area to where we can now put our rails up, and it all functions great. So now this bridge is done. It's a nice little bridge. It's the first time I've ever used steps to come down on it like that, so that was a new thing for me as well. But it actually worked better than the ramps, because the ramps you can only go off a ceiling. You can only come down 2 ramps. So if you're too high, and you can only go down to, if you're high and you only go down 2 ramps, so you don't reach the bottom, that can cause issues. But the stairs, they seem to work. I think I ended up doing 3 sets of stairs or 4. But regardless, these stairs, I really like these steps. They come with the rounded walls mod. It also has stairs, and these are the small stone steps, and they really work great. And they don't have problems clipping into the ground. So when you get close to the ground, sometimes with a ramp, sometimes it doesn't want to go. You have that little gap there, and it doesn't really want to go down into the ground more. But the steps, they don't seem to have that problem. All right, so let's go across the bridge here. And we have some little bit of landscaping going on here. I decided to put a palm trees, little palmetto bushes there right around the side there. And eventually I want to take this trail of stones here and make it come all the way down the side here and go up to our little house that we're working on. So here is that. Here's what we got going here. Alright, so we haven't really done anything with this. I did put a couple of chests here, and I spent an hour or so, maybe it was 2, collecting, so I could just come here and we could just actually just get into building. So we're gonna just go ahead and start getting this house really completed, because right now I really have no base of operations, and it's kind of a pain. Right here we can put those steps we were just talking about. So let's go ahead and see if we can do that. Had a little bit of stone left over. Okay, so let's get rid of this. Alright. Let's see, let's stand over here. Maybe that'll help out with positioning. And there it went. Yeah, it looks a little weird like that, but at least it fills that center crack there. And maybe we can put something here later, like maybe something to step off of, whether it's like a maybe a large little port or a deck or something right here. We'll save that. I don't want to put too much there because I want to be able to get boats in and out, and maybe even an animal of some kind in and out of there. But alright, so let's get to work on what we're here for. So what do I have in my bags? Okay. So we've got quite a bit of stone and thatch here. Let's go ahead and do all this. Let's get rid of some of this stuff here. Try to help with some of the weight here. Okay, so let's craft what we need. So looking around at the house, it looks like we need plain walls. I have where I want all of my windowed walls to go. I wanted to make sure they matched up on both sides. So we're going to need doors, we're going to need our regular walls, and so let's just do that now. Alright, I grab a whole bunch, like as much as you can hold. I'm going to craft a whole bunch. And I call this crafting out of the box, or it could be crafting out of the animal. If you're out and about running around and collecting, which is what I usually do, but just for this particular video I wanted to make it easy where all the supplies were collected already. But what I like to do is I like to go to a beach area where there's lots of stone all over the ground. We have a bronzer close by. Okay. Go to a beach area where there's lots of stone close by and palm trees. But we don't really have that here on Valhalla. I don't know of a beach area really. But still, there's good areas with lots of rocks near the shore. They're always near the shore for whatever reason. So we have those. And then find somewhere where trees are kind of close by the shore too. And what you can do is you can put a storage box there. You can do that, or you can have an animal with you. And so just have the animal follow you, or place the animal between the shore and the trees. That way there you can run around, grab rocks, come back, throw them on the animal, then run around, grab some wood, come back, and craft it right out of the animal, and then throw it right back on the animal so the weight stays off of you. And you want to do this especially when you're building like something really big, like maybe a larger base or something, where you're going to need, like, I'd say at least 15 to 20 walls, or 15 to 20 of whatever you're trying to build, ceilings, foundations, whatever. That seems to work at a pretty fast rate. Before you know it, I mean, easily within 15-20 minutes you can easily have, 20 of whatever you're looking for. Alright, so let's do this. I do need 2 door frames. Let's get those out of the way. Those are nice and simple. Now we got walls. We got 9 walls we can make. I didn't really count it here, but it looks like we're going to need at least 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're going to need at least maybe 11 walls. So let's throw some more stone in here, and some more wood, because that's the 2 things that seem to run out the most. And you see, we're depleting the box, crafting everything on ourselves. I'm going to need a whole other second level, so I really can't make enough too many walls at the moment. And I'll just go ahead and finish off that just in case. Yep. Okay. We're also leveling a great deal by doing this, so that's another plus. Nothing but pluses here, pretty much. And there it went. I need more weight, especially with all the crafting I'm trying to do now. So I'll work on engrams later. But for the moment, let's dump that off. I do want to keep my chitin and stuff separate because I will be needing that, hides and all that. I don't really have organization at the moment, but we'll get to that. Again, I'm not here to tell you how to play. We have this nice porch here. I'm going to leave that like that. We could do something interesting, but let's just leave it like this. Okay, so, you know what, this is kind of bothering me. I don't want to do that. I kind of want to have this all part of that. I'm trying to figure out how I want to do this front of the house here. Could leave it to where there's a porch like this, or I could do it to where that's part of the house. This is the door right here, and then it comes out to this, and then I specifically will have to make a porch that comes off of this somehow. Huh. That'll be harder. Let's do that. That means I have to demolish this. And this. Alright, so let's talk about what we're going to do now. What we're going to do is, instead of making this house rectangular, I'm going to go ahead and make the front rounded. So, rounded wall. I want the rounded wall with a window though, because we just took out 2 windows. I kind of want to keep the windows. So, hopefully you're playing on a server that has this mod. If you're playing on a unofficial server and it doesn't have this mod, well, you need to come to our server, because this is a great mod. Rounded walls is one of those things now to where I think it should just be in the game, just because, it's great. Really good stuff. Alright, so we just changed right there. That wasn't part of the plan here. Otherwise I would have never built those other things. So see what we're going to do now? We're going to place those there. And then I think that right there will be a nicer look overall. Alright, so let's go ahead and put our door back here. I like to free up a hotkey when I can. Alright, so, you're going to have things. I really want more hot bars. I'm ready for some more hot bars already. Alright. What I've noticed about walls and the direction of which they're placed is that, especially it seems now since they've made it to where you can flip walls, is that if you're on the inside, usually the walls end up facing the outside. And if you're on the outside, usually they're like facing you. These happen to work great. These things, it could be a pain. They need a better way to distinguish between what side is what. So like maybe one side is, let's say one side is yellow and one side is green or something like that. That way there you'll know automatically. Alright. Let's throw up these walls here. Really simple. The design of our house, I don't know if it has a design or if it has a specific name or whatnot, but I'm going to do 2 levels of stone here. So we are working on our 2nd level now. 2 levels of stone. And then I think I'm going to do another layer, a 3rd layer up top of wood. Just to give it like a little bit of a different look. And then I'm thinking about, since we don't have to worry about temperature here, doing a thatch roof. Alright, so I'm going on the outside now. So let's see here. We put our wall down. What's it look like? It's facing the outside. See how that worked? Worked pretty good. So a lot of times where you're at can really determine which way the wall is going to be facing. It can be a little trickier than that sometimes. Alright, so that right there is actually going to be a chimney. Okay, so I'll show you how that's going to work. We're going to need a ramp here. I don't think I have any wood on me to do this ramp. Ramp. Where are you at? I like this new feature here. Type in and look for it. Ramp. There it is, wooden ramp. Alright, I need 30 more wood and some more thatch. I got it inside. Or stone steps. Just need 40 stone for that. Oh, no more stone. But wait. There's another box. Alright. Let's go throw them on the front. See how that works out. You know what? I need to go ahead and make my 2 rounded walls too, without the window. So let's do that too while we're sitting here. Do we have more wood? Yes, we do. Alright. Rounded wall. No window. I need 2 of those. Actually, I'm going to need 3 of those. But maybe not. Let's figure out how we're going to make that look. Maybe I can do a ceiling. I did run out of the other ones too. Let's go ahead and make regular walls. I already ran out of materials. I don't really want to make this video boring with having to collect materials. So I try to have that done ahead of time. So if I come on and suddenly I'm a few levels higher or whatnot, or I suddenly have a chest full, you know, it's because I went out and did it before. You know, and then like in the case of collecting, I was out collecting and, you know, happened to come upon a pteranodon. So what I decided to do was go ahead and just tame it while I was there and while I was collecting. So, you know, there was nothing really great about it. I was like, it's a pteranodon, it's just going to lay there. It's on an island where there's no, you know, nothing really happening. So I really wasn't expecting any great footage or anything. And, you know, I wasn't let down. There was no great footage. It was just me walking around collecting stuff. However, I knew the other day whenever me and a tribe mate of mine were about to try to get her a Quetzal, that was going to be an adventure. And sure enough, we were not let down. It was a crazy adventure. And I did post that video, so you should definitely go check that out. It's the episode 6. It's not very long. It's only about 7 minutes long, but it was just so great. I could not, you know, not put that in there. Alright, so let's go outside the house here. Take a look. Alright, we do need to put our stairs down, so let's go ahead and try to get that to line up. Hopefully that'll work. Line up sideways. Sometimes you gotta, with this particular piece, sometimes you gotta play around with where you're standing. Play around with the view, zoom in, zoom out. Oh, it was right there. Oh, I had it. I don't really have a tip for that other than to, there you go. Alright. Can't really see the steps. Again, I told you they go into the ground. That's why they work so good. But there you go. Voila. Works great. Alright. So now we had that, you know, now I think the front here is looking kind of interesting right here overlooking this. I don't know what I'm going to do yet as far as how we're going to make that like a deck right there. I'm thinking I may just try to line up ceilings to come start at the bottom of the stairs there and come over here to the side and go down a little bit. Maybe I'll put a ladder down so it'll be an easy access to the boat. That might be a nice option. And so there you go. So here's the outside of our house, what it looks like so far. Just your standard, nothing special house. The chimney, what we're going to do is we're actually going to go up. Probably going to go up 3 on it. So you're like, oh, it's a chimney, but how are you going to make it, connect at the top? What we do is we're going to build up the chimney, like maybe I want it to be a little bit high. I want it to be higher than the roof. Since we still have to make our wooden panels on the side here, that'll be the 3rd layer of this house. So since we still have to make those and put those all up, that's going to make it, so I guess our chimney's probably going to end up being 4 high, maybe 5 high. So, but what we're going to do is once we have the sides on the chimney at the top, once we put the ceiling on, then we can come down the front from the ceiling. Again, top from bottom is a lot easier sometimes. That's kind of the key, I think, to building in this game, is that you have to go top to bottom a lot. So once we have the sides of the chimney on the outside done, we'll have a ceiling up top, and then we can start bringing the front down to where we only have a small opening here, like a normal looking chimney and or fireplace. And what I would suggest doing is for this right here, you can either have the campfire in there, which is good for your meat, or you can also have the cooking pot. That actually looks kind of cute in there, so if you're going to be doing cooking or whatnot, you could do that instead. There's also another option, which we just found out about, and I'll actually maybe try to get there and show you that, is that on the castle mod, which is also on the server, you have the option of actually doing a fireplace in there, and it takes up the whole wall. It's beautiful, and the fireplace in there has 15 slots. So you can cook a lot more meat in that fireplace than you can this little crazy thing here. And I like that balance because, otherwise you have to make the industrial grill, which is either 24 or 30 slots, maybe 36, something like that. And so, you try to fill that up with prime meat. Prime meat doesn't really stack. Therefore, it's, it's kind of a pain. But, it's a lot to build an industrial grill just to make that much meat, but there's nothing really in between. Someone's asking who's online. I'm online. Alright. So, saddle. We'd like to fly up and see some stuff, right? Did a little bit of building here. I don't think I have a lot of wood. What am I doing? Not in the right area doing that. Oh, I do have it. Okay. I only have 2 saddles so far. So I need 230 hides, 75 chitin, and 125 fiber. Okay, it's the hides. Do we have the hides? Let's see what we got. I don't think we have that many. I have 116 here. Here's what chitin I have, and here's some of that. That counts as well. I have a feeling that's going to be changed later, so don't get used to that. Nothing over here, right? Okay. Let me make a wood. Do I have any? Let me go over here, and I want to make a wood panel just so we can show you, so I can show you what it's going to look like exactly. You know what? I don't have any fiber. Let's check our lovely boat. That's where I needed to go next anyway. Alright. I really like the look of this little area right here. I mean, I love the little river here like this. I don't think there's enough of that on the map. And when the area I first started out in on this, my very first video here on the server, there was a small river like this where I built a bridge at also. It wasn't like this. This is a little cute, more like personal transport bridge instead of like something you could use for animals. This could be used for animals though. You could easily widen this out, starting once you have the main bridge done like this, you could actually go out, put a ceiling on this side, a ceiling on this side right off that one. That'll make it 3 wide, and then you could just put the steps off of that on each side and go all the way down with more ceilings. You won't have to add any more supports because doing the center down the center like this with the supports, it allows for one on either side straight down. So you wouldn't have any more supports, just widen it, and this could be big enough for T-Rex, mammoth, just about anything. Maybe not the new dinosaur, which we'll talk about later in our separate video for today. But yeah. All right. So anyways, I was going to the boat. What am I doing? I see that Patchy over there, and I was like, ooh, Patchy. Maybe I can use my bridge for that. Sit there and shoot it. Bridges, things like that, these are also excellent ways to help tame stuff. All right. So So let's see if we got the supplies we need. There's some fiber, so I need to take that back up there now. I think we're ready to do that. Okay, we may have enough wood to be able to get some walls going here. Let's see. Alright. Wooden walls. I can make 4 just on what I have on me. I'm going to take this stuff all back. I came here to see what hides I had too, though. I got a lot of flint too. That's great. Check our next. Do we have more hides? I have chitin. I do not have more hides. So we definitely need to do that. Definitely need to do that with our... oh, we got more walls. That's good. Wooden door. I'd rather have a reinforced door. I have another box here. I'll take that too. Okay. So our boat is looking... our boat's looking like it's about ready to be not so relied on anymore. See our little house over here on this view here? It's very nice. I think I'll go ahead and take a snapshot real quick of that, just because it's a you know, it's a cute little area there. I really like that. You know the old saying, location, location, location. Well, in Ark, that's kind of important too. Even if you're just doing PvE, doesn't matter what you're doing. All right, so let's replace that with this. We can start putting some wooden walls up for this 3rd layer. That's going to be completely awesome. Alright, let me tell you a little trick about this and about knowing which side the wood is on. It's kind of easy to tell. As you can see, if you're looking at it, it looks like there's globs in between the boards, you know, going horizontally. Now watch what happens when I flip it. You don't see them so much. It's more perfect. See, it's straighter. That's the back side, okay? That's the side that you'd be facing on the inside. So if you're on the outside of the house and you want them facing outside, you want the glob side, okay? Remember that, glob side. There you go, see? Works out good. Glob side, glob side. Another thing I've noticed too is that usually when you're building on top of something here, what will happen is whatever direction the one you're building on is facing, that's usually the direction you'll get with that too. The only time I've seen that not work is like maybe maybe if you're kind of like off alignment a little bit.
Hey, Dad. Sorry.
So yeah. Other than that, this is how it'll look. And we're starting to get dark now. Alright. My son just came in here. His tooth fell out. So give me just a moment. I will be right back.